handsome. I know, you don't like to be here. And I don't usually groom you. You gonna be a good boy for me today? Huh? You gonna be a good boy for me? No biting, okay? Alright, come on, let's go. What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and share this video if you like what you see. This video is a little different, y'all. I left some of the audio in throughout the clip just so y'all can see what was going on, so y'all can understand, because I know a lot of people have questions. But without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Just as a heads up, I'm not going to talk much during the audio clips while they're playing, just so y'all can hear everything and understand it, but I do want to let y'all know. So Oreo has strict notes in his profile that says put an e-collar on upside down to protect his arms, because he likes to hold on to your arm while you're scissoring his face, and sometimes he bites. So that is why I put the e-collar on first before even starting his face. No, you gotta get it down. It's okay. Oreo. Okay. 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 Good boy. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. See? Okay. Together. Good job. That wonder? Oh, good boy. Good job. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Good job, Oreo. You did good. Yeah. You did good. I'm so proud of you. This part you're not going to play. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Look. It's okay. See? See? Good boy. It's okay. Come here. Come here. No. Come here. Bite. Okay, come here. Oreo. Stop. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Relax. Calm down. No, you're okay. You know you cannot act like that for your face. No. You gotta calm down. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. You got blood vessels coming out your eyes. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, you're okay. You're okay. Settle. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Calm down. So I just want to quick add that right here is where I learned that he likes when you rub the top of his head. And when you do that, he actually starts to calm down and relax and understand what you're saying to him, as much as a dog could understand. No, it's okay. It's okay, see? 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 It's alright, it's okay. It's okay, Oreo. It's okay. It's alright. Boy, I got it. Look, no, you cannot bite clippers. It's okay. It's alright. No, you got crystals all on your face. See? It's okay. No, you're okay. You're okay. See? See? Look. It's okay. Yeah, come here. Come here. It's okay. Come down. It's okay. You're alright. It's not pretty, okay? No. 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 You're not about to sit here and fight with your face all day. No. No. Okay. Alright. I gotta do it, so. Okay. See? Come here. Come here. No. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Settle down. Nah. No. I haven't even done anything to you yet. Settle down. Calm down. Calm down. Settle down. You're okay. Here, we'll pay you. Settle down. You have to chill out. You got to calm down, bud. You're okay. Okay. I'm not even touching your feet. Look, see? These are the shears. No, come here. Come here. Look. See? No, doesn't do anything. See? Good boy. Good. How are you? How can I help you?
Yeah. No, yeah, it ain't nothing gentle about it. He does not like his face being maneuvered, and his only way that he knows how to protect himself is to fight. He don't like clippers in front of his face, so yeah, we gotta work with him how we can. Like this. Baby, I hope so. Come here, it's okay. No, be nice to here. Stop. Oreo, settle down. You're okay. Don't like nobody in front of that eye. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. See? No. You won't let me clipper it. You won't let me clipper it. Come here. Oh, you don't want to show out somebody in the lobby. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. See? Boy. Good boy. Good job. This time you're good. There you go. It's always funny when they don't. Come on, Oreo. That's right, you do it with meals. Yes, I remember last time. No, yes. Okay. Is that better? No.
So I had to cut the audio because the customer was giving his personal information, and we don't really need that in the world. But yes, that's why I cut the audio. But I want to touch on just quickly what was in the video so far. So Oreo really struggles with his face, and it's like I said, he has extensive notes in the computer about how to do his face, and it really basically says get the face done as much as you can before you do his bath or anything else. And the person that generally grooms him, I actually reached out to her just for little tips or whatever, and what helps him, because he was actually booked under me in error. One of the stylists there booked him under me in error, because when we have dogs like this that come in that has really strong challenges for certain parts of the grooming, we try to keep them with one person because they tend to do better with one person and consistency. And what I will say is, for the other groomer that he goes to, he does a lot better for. Because he is with me, he's never been groomed by me before. He struggled a lot during this grooming. So I had to talk with the stylist who booked the appointment, just to kind of let her know, like, listen, when you see notes in the computer, try and keep that dog who it is supposed to be booked under, because if you do not, dogs struggle like how he did today. But where Oreo is concerned, so Oreo struggles a lot around his eyes. Not so much the clippers. I mean, he does not like the clippers, do not get me wrong. But he struggles mainly around his eyes because, as you can see right here in this clip is perfect, he has a lot of tear stain built up, and it just sits on his skin and it becomes raw. So clippers on his face, scissors around his face, it can become very painful to him when you clipper it out. And what I also learned while I was washing him, it is very painful for his face to get washed, because when you are scrubbing your dog's face and they have tear stain built up, you gotta apply a little pressure while you're washing, because you want some of that tear stain to lift, so then you can go in and dry it. But Oreo struggles with face washing because, again, it hurts, and then also he struggles with the drying because he doesn't like air blowing in his face. But a lot of Shih Tzus, to be honest, struggle with that because they have the shorter snouts, so sometimes with the air in their face, it can be harder for them to breathe. So when I dry a dog, I try and angle it away from their snout. Like if I'm drying the side of their muzzle, I'll point the dryer down where it's not directly at their face, and then I'll also dry under their chin that way as well. But just touching base back with Oreo. Oreo's biggest challenges, as you can see, is with his feet, but his biggest challenge is with his face. So he has challenges really bad with his face and his feet and his anything regarding his feet. But as you can see on his body, those are where he has the most yeast built up. But the biggest struggle with that is because I know some people will say, well, why do you mess with it, or why do you tamper around their face? The biggest thing about trying to clean up those areas is you have to keep them extremely clean. So around his eyes, where he has tear stains built up and it's just sitting there and it's holding moisture, and it can cause an infection after a while, you have to keep those areas really clean in order for it to really heal properly. And then also you want to tackle what's going on with him, because 9 times times out of 10, when a dog has an overgrowth of yeast on their feet and their face and on their body, it's usually generated by allergies. So typically you can start with the food. When you have a dog that has allergies like this, where their paws are all swollen and they have a lot of stained paws because they're constantly licking, or in their around their faces stained very bad, start with their food. You want to start probably with a home-based diet, and you want to incorporate garlic in that diet. No carbs, so that means no rice, no quinoa. Quinoa is really healthy, but just stay away from all grains until you get everything cleared up. Once everything is cleared up, you can add grains back in their diet. They don't necessarily need that because dogs don't really eat that just in general, but to clear something like this up, you want to go ahead and do a homemade diet and add garlic in there. And I know a lot of people are going to say that garlic is toxic to dogs. Garlic is toxic to dogs in large quantities. If you are keeping it moderate and putting a low quantity of garlic inside the food, it actually helps because it is a probiotic for dogs and it'll help clear their intestinal system. So right now I just remade my dog's homemade food and I put garlic in it to help one of my other dogs with her allergies. So now that I'm done his bath and his drying, I'm going to bring him back out on the table and start his haircut. And again, I have to do his face first. I let him sit in the kennel to relax because again, he got really worked up in the beginning. He got really worked up after the bath and after the drying. So I let him sit in the crate and relax. And as you can see, it's the same process all over again. So I have to rub the clippers all over his face just to kind of warm him back up, because Oreo is the type of dog where it's not that he forgets, he is trying to set the tone for the table. And for anybody that's watching this video that knows me, I always tell new groomers, set the tone for your table. If the dog is setting the tone for the table, the dog is going to take over the groom. But what I realized after setting the tone of the table, having that stern voice with Oreo gets really distracted in the front. So if people are walking in, if there's a dog coming in, if there is a manager coming in or anybody in the store coming in, he gets really distracted. And I learned that he did better in the back. So at some point in time in this video, you'll see me take him to the back of the salon and finish his groom because he was really struggling up in the front. And when I had him in the front earlier, when I was able to do things to his face, it was because there weren't many people in there. But when people started to walk in, that's when he started to show out a bit. What I also want to add just real quick, because the audio is going to pop back in again. Oreo is a very sweet dog. Do not be confused because he has struggles during grooming that he's a bad dog. He's actually a really, really sweet dog. And I learned quickly during this grooming process that he has fear. He has a lot of fear, and then also some parts of it can be painful. So his only way to understand, which is what I was explaining to the other pet parent, his only way to react to pain and fear is to bite. It doesn't necessarily mean he's being aggressive. That is just his way of being able to protect himself. So as a groomer, if you're ever dealing with a dog like this, you have to know how to address it accordingly.
I'm grinding your teeth. It's okay. No. You stressing yourself out. It ain't even that serious. You stressing yourself out. Settle down. Yeah.
You be nice boy.
Settle down. Don't stress yourself out for no reason. It's just.
So here I had to cut the audio again, but quickly I decided to take him to the back because there was a customer in the lobby with her dog, and her dog her dog was anxious, which made him more anxious. And what we try to explain to pet parents all the time is that dogs can feel your anxiety, they can feel your energy. So if you're giving off any type of bad energy, any bad vibes, any stressful energy, any nervous energy, a dog can feel that. So because of the owner that was in the lobby, he was acting worse. Now, I'm not saying the owner caused him to act a certain way, but I am saying that he felt her energy, so I decided to take him to the back. Once I took him to the back, it took me a while to actually get him settled back down where I could finish his face and then finish his groom. It got to a point where I was over it, but not over it in a point where I was over the dog, but just over the constant battle of customers in the lobby distracting him, dogs in the front distracting him, and just the grooming salon environment distracting him. So I took him to the back, and it did take me a while to get him calmed down, but I eventually got him to calm down and finish his groom. I just got to a point where I had to say, listen, Oreo, we're getting this done. No more babying, no more back and forth. We're getting this done. And once I just set that tone, everything else went pretty smoothly. Although I've never groomed Oreo before, I've watched him be groomed by other people. And what I realized is Oreo is very used to other groomers. This is the second hold that I had to do. I had literally just had to hold him and tell him to calm down. But what I was saying was Oreo is used to other groomers just giving him what he wants. If he barks, if he snaps, if he shows teeth, if he throws a fit, they just stop it and they give him what he wants. What I realized with Oreo is you have to just do it. You can't play around with him. You can't coddle him. You can't coax him. And that was something that I didn't learn until the end of the grooming, which is probably why this groom took me so long. Because when you do prep work on a dog, and you pull them out to do the final haircut, it should only take you about 30 minutes to finish the dog. Oreo took me about an hour and a half. So, and that's another reason why I speed up my videos for everybody that's wondering. It's because a lot of my grooms are like 2 hours long, and nobody's going to sit through and watch a 2-hour long groom. I wouldn't sit through and watch a 2-hour long groom. So I cut unnecessary parts out, and then I just speed up the groom. But again, as I was stating, with Oreo, you have to just do it. You got to just keep moving through the groom and, in a sense, ignore all the barking and all the growling and all the snapping. In a safe way, of course, but you have to just bypass all that and get it done. And as I stated earlier in this video, Oreo is a very, very sweet dog. He is just afraid, and I don't believe he was properly trained. Now, again, he's been coming to the salon since way before I transferred here, but he is a dog that, one, needs consistency, and then also, two, he needs someone who is not going to necessarily feed into his almost tantrums like how a toddler would have. So you have to kind of just keep moving and keep pressing and just continue the groom, and he literally will just fall in line and let you groom him. As you all know, I do my prep work first. So I do paw pads, sanitary, and nails. I did not do Oreo's nails during the prep work because he does not like getting his nails done. And then also, he uses his hands and his paws a lot. His hands and his paws. He uses his paws and his legs a lot to hold down the groomer's arm. And if anybody knows, when you cut nails, they are fresh and sharp. And they hurt. So I didn't cut his nails until, I want to say, the very last part of his groom. And he didn't like it, but he actually did a lot better in the back for his nails than he would have done in the front. So I'm actually really proud of Oreo and how far he came during this grooming service. Yes, I did keep the e-collar on for the majority of his groom, but it was really essentially to protect him because a lot of the times he goes after the clippers or after whatever object you're holding in your hand. And what I don't like is when a dog bites something and gets injured. I don't like when a dog bites something, but I don't like when a dog gets injured. So I keep the e-collar on just to protect him because it's not going to hurt him at the end of the day. I just noticed in this very moment that gray patch on the side of him looks like a little heart. Oh, that's so cute. It looks like he has a little heart, so he's carrying love wherever he goes. Oh my god, the other side looks like upside down heart. Oh my god, that's so cute. That is so cute. I'd never know. Oh wow, that's so adorable. Oh, poor little baby. As you can see, the rest of his groom is going smoothly. Now, I will say there was a little hiccup when I was starting to shave down his front legs, and no dog that I've ever known really enjoys their front legs being shaved down, so I wasn't too alarmed by it. But if you can even see and look at him, he's not as stressed as he was in the front with the constant barking and the snapping and growling and all that. He's actually doing a lot better in the back because there are less distractions. So I was very, very, very proud of him. So for anybody that wants to know, those little mini black clippers that I have are the Kenchi 5s, I believe. I believe they're Kenchi 5s. It's not the newest ones where they have the dog imprinted on the clipper. It's one of the older ones. I don't really like them. I did when I first got them, but I realized the blade dulls out very quickly and sometimes it pulls the fur. But when I can, I'm going to upgrade them, but for now, they kind of do the job. They do not work well with dirty fur. The fur has to be clean. Now, I know during my videos I usually have a topic, and I didn't really have one during this video because I wanted to talk about Oreo and then also insert some audio clips so y'all can kind of see what was going on. But one topic that I do just want to touch on very, very, very briefly at the end of this video, because it's coming up to the end of his groom, is the importance of bringing your dog in for grooming if you are going to bring them into a grooming salon or even a private shop or get them mobile groomed. It is very important, or your dog will struggle with grooming for the rest of their life. And it's not that it's hard on the groomer. Yes, it is hard on the groomer, but it's really hard on your dog. And a lot of people say this is my baby. I love my dog. I would do whatever I can for my dog. The biggest thing you can do for your dog that has to get grooming, that has to get haircuts, bring them in as puppies and follow the groomer's instructions. If a groomer is telling you that your dog needs to come in for puppy trims maybe about 3 to 4 times before they get a full body haircut, listen to the groomer. Don't try and force the groomer to do a full body haircut when your dog is not ready because you don't like the fur. Because if not, your dog will struggle with grooming like Oreo struggles with grooming. Now, Oreo is getting better, but he still struggles a lot with it because of fear, because of pain, and a whole bunch of different issues that I'm sure he struggles with. So the most important thing is bring your dog in for grooming as a puppy so your dog can get used to the process, so you don't have to struggle with the groomer saying, okay, now that he's full price and you have to pay X amount of money for your dog, you got to come in every few weeks. Because let's be honest, most pet parents don't want to do that. They don't want to pay full price when their dog reaches 6-7 months and have to come in every 3 weeks. So that's why we say come in when they're puppies, because when they're puppies, they're cheaper, and that also trains them. I want to touch real quick. I had this one client come in and her dog had only been in for a bath and trim. Actually, the dog had never been in for a bath and trim, and she wanted us to do a full body haircut. And one of my groomers is a little soft spoken, so I could tell she was trying to force the groomer into doing a full body haircut. Well, the groomer didn't feel comfortable. She had already explained to the pet parent, listen, we typically require them to come in for at least 2 puppy trims before we do a full body haircut, just to kind of get an understanding of how they're going to react. Because the first time they don't really know what's going on. The second time is what you're really going to get and know how the puppy's going to react. The owner didn't want to hear it. She was trying to force her, so I had to step in as the salon manager, and the woman lost it on me. She does not like me. She was mad because her dog did not get a full body haircut, so then she went to another groomer in the salon who pushed the dog through a full body haircut, and the dog did not do great. And she explained that to the owner, and the owner laughed it off. For those of you who follow me, please don't be that groomer, because your dog will struggle. It is not fair to the puppy. It's not fair to the groomer to push a puppy through that and traumatize them where they hate grooming for the rest of their life. Understand the process and just wait for it. Your dog will get a haircut when it's safest for them to be groomed. You'll love the haircut once it's done. But always wait for the process, understand the process, and just respect the process. We're not just saying it because we don't want to do it. We're saying it because for future grooming appointments, we want your dog to be safe and not get injured. Now we're just going to do a quick flashback of what he looked like and look at that. Now, there are some places where I would nitpick and try and fix it, but I did my best with what I could do with Oreo, and I think he looks adorable. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you want to see next, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys.